Judge. Hello, Mr. Limones.
Hello, sir.
My name is Nico LaHood. I'm one of the 3 defense lawyers that's representing Adrian Gonzales.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
We've never spoken before, have we?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you ever testified before?
No, sir.
Okay. This is cross-examination, so I'm going to ask you some questions, and if there's any time that you don't understand my question or you need me to repeat it, or I'm talking too fast or whatever, just say, Nico, will you please, and you can call me Nico, by the way. You repeat your question. I don't understand, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You said a lot, and I know it was emotional, and we can feel it, and it's very genuine and sincere, and I can tell. I'm going to ask you questions, and if you need me to stop at any time, just tell me and I'll pause, okay?
Yes, sir.
So we heard the 911 tapes. I think they speak for themselves. Is it fair to say that you were obviously in a very heightened state of stress?
Absolutely.
Okay. And we could hear that. And I want to talk to you about some of that stress and how it may or may not have affected some of your observations or what you knew was going on or not at the time, okay? But before we get there, the government took you through step by step that you thought this was an accident, right?
Yes, sir.
Initially. And being, I can tell the Christian man that you are, and I know you're a pastor, you went out there to see if you could help the person in the culvert. Is that
Correct.
a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
And then when you got there, we can actually tell that you're on 911 thinking you're reporting an accident.
Correct.
But at some point, you realize it's not an accident because we can hear it on the 911 tape audio, and you testified to this jury that very quickly you knew that your life was in danger.
Correct.
But not just your life was in danger. At some point, you felt that whoever was at the school's life was in danger.
Correct.
And you reported it to the dispatcher.
Correct.
And you were very clear about it. Is
Yes,
that a
sir.
fair statement?
Yes, sir.
Is it also fair to say that you don't know how the dispatcher was reporting it to officers?
That's correct.
Okay. And that's between, we'll talk about that with somebody else. But you were very clear, and you could hear the stress that you felt that this person with a gun was going towards the school. Right?
Yes, sir.
I also want to say this, and I have zero doubt that you were trying to be disingenuous, but you said you told this jury that he was nonchalantly walking. Do you remember that?
Correct.
And you're actually correct, because you saw the video. He was kind of just walking at a regular pace.
He was gracing, yes, sir.
But do you remember on the 911 tape how you said that you thought he was running towards the school?
To be honest with you, I don't recall.
If, the government can maybe help me replay that if we need to, but, Jim, can you help me do that?
We agreed that he said that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bill. So the government has agreed with me that on the 911 tape, the jury heard that you told the dispatcher that he's running to the school, he's running to the school.
Okay. Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes,
Okay.
correct. Sorry.
And you weren't being dishonest, you were wrong at the time, right?
Correct.
Again, nobody's trying to make you feel bad for that. You were under tremendous stress, right?
Yes, sir.
And stress can make people, including yourself, maybe not people, you, stress made you perceive the situation differently than what we saw on video that it actually was.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. You also said in the 911 video that you felt, you were perceiving that he was shooting at the kids near the pavilion.
Correct.
Would it surprise you to know that there is no evidence that he shot at the kids in the pavilion?
Yes, that would surprise me.
Okay, fair enough. But you were also seemed to be a little bit surprised that there were other officers at the scene. At the corner.
At the corner, correct.
Right. I think you told this jury and you testified that this was the first time that you had actually seen that there were 3 other officers at the corner?
Correct.
So are you saying that at no time before you testified to this jury that you knew that, you will know their names, but these 3 officers, Mendoza, Saucedo, and Coronado, showed up at the corner, that we saw them on video? You didn't know that until now?
No, sir. That's correct. I didn't know.
Have you met with the government before you testified today?
Yes, sir.
Who did you meet with?
With Mr. Garza and Mr. Gardner.
Okay. And you just, that's appropriate, by the way, for you to do that. But you discussed your testimony, correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you get a chance to review these videos and listen to the 911 tape?
No, sir. Not entirely, no.
So, you saw that there were 3 other officers that arrived at the corner where the accident was.
Today in the video, yes, sir.
And before I talk to you about what they did and didn't do, you said some things. You said that you saw the individual with the gun walking towards the school, and then we lose track of him in the parking lot. Correct?
Are you talking about with the palm trees in the middle?
I'm talking about where the teachers park.
Yes, okay, yes, sir.
Okay, and so he's walking towards the school, and at some point, we can't see him anymore on video.
That's correct.
And you even said at some point he goes into a parking lot that had a lot of cars in it.
Yes.
Correct? Okay. You have to say yes because she's taking the court reporter.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sir.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. If you're nervous, and we'll go slow. So you also testified that you saw him hiding or between two vehicles.
Correct. I wouldn't say hiding. I would say he was walking between
Okay.
two vehicles.
But you also testified that there was, I'm going to use your words because I want to make sure I get it right, no way that whoever, and I'm going to talk about this vehicle, whoever's in this white vehicle could have seen him driving when he was driving by.
Correct.
Okay.
From my perspective, because of what I saw and the speed of the vehicle that was going.
So whoever was in that vehicle driving by, that person, in your opinion, could not have seen the shooter?
To me, no.
Okay. And you also said that whoever was driving that white vehicle was driving, your words were, real fast towards the back of the school.
Correct.
Do you know that the government and us, we agree that that was Adrian Gonzales in that vehicle?
Okay, I didn't know who it was.
Did you know before you testified today?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, that was Adrian Gonzales in that vehicle.
Okay.
So Adrian Gonzales was driving really fast towards the school. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Now I want to direct your attention to those three officers that you just realized showed up to the scene. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now you got a chance to see the video. You saw that those three officers stopped on that corner.
Yes, sir.
You also know that you were on the phone telling 911 the severity of the circumstance, correct?
Correct.
And you were sharing that information on 911 before those three officers showed up to that corner.
That's correct.
And you have no personal knowledge why those officers stopped there.
No, sir, because again, I didn't see them. I guess my attention was facing the school so I can report it to 911.
Did you ever see those officers get out of their vehicle?
No, sir.
I'm not going to ask you how long they stayed there because you didn't see them until today, right?
Correct.
Okay. But you saw on the video that at some point in time, those three officers did not follow Adrian on the campus. They drove away.
Correct.
And you saw in the video that they showed up not long after Adrian drove really fast towards the school.
Correct.
I thought I heard you say on direct examination that you were telling somebody, I thought you said you were telling an officer that the shooter had entered the school. Did I hear that wrong?
Oh, you heard that correctly.
What officer did you tell that to?
I don't know the name of the officer. It was the officer that parked close to the entrance of the door where the shooter had entered through.
So I want to be clear. May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
I'm going to use State's Exhibit. Was this one, Bill? State's one. Can you see this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you saying that are you saying there was an officer that parked, because this is the west side of the building where the shooter entered, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're at, is this the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any idea how far that is?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. It's a decent distance.
It's a distance, yes, sir.
I mean,
But I wasn't I was not in the close to the door of the funeral home. I was closer towards the parking lot. I don't know if you saw in the video where I walked outside. So when I was doing a lot of the telling the officers where I was at, I was towards the middle of the parking lot.
Your parking lot or
the parking lot of the funeral home.
So right here.
Right about there, yes,
So
sir.
this is for the jury. This is Geraldine Street, correct?
Correct.
And this Geraldine Street, it goes. If this is north, east, west, south, kind of towards the northwest of the school, all the way north.
Correct.
Okay. And so is it fair to say, or you tell me, where were you standing? Were you standing maybe here?
Not there, a little bit further more towards up the, yeah, right about there, a little bit up.
And so you're saying that there was an officer that stopped here?
Not there, no, sir.
Where did the officer stop?
The officer, may I
Judge,
approach?
may he approach, Judge?
Yes.
The first police officer that I saw, that was Uvalde Police Department, he parked right here, and that's where I was at, because I was telling him that the shooter had gone through this door.
So you're may I stand this close to you? Okay. So you're saying that the officer was here, you're standing here, correct?
Correct, I was actually right in this area, when the officer parked right here, and I was yelling at him, telling him that the shooter had gone through there.
Is that when you were still on 911?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so do you have any time of the time frame of when that was?
So unfortunately, I was not aware of any time.
Now, is it fair to say that officer, whoever that officer was, and do you have any idea, could it have been these officers here?
It could have been.
Now, do you have any idea, or let me say, you agree, that this officer, whoever it was, did not run to the school?
Correct, I didn't.
So this officer, you told him very clearly that you saw, not the general location, that you saw exactly where the shooter entered, correct?
Correct, and I think if you hear the 911 call, you hear me telling them the officer, he went through that door.
Well, I did hear that. I think we all did, and that's why I'm asking you this question. But we just don't know which officer you're talking to, right?
Yeah, I don't. So.
Okay, so but you told an officer, because we can hear you in real time on 911, he went through this specific door.
Yes, sir.
You didn't say he's in this general location.
No.
You said, sir, he went through that, but we heard what you said.
Yes, sir.
And that officer did not make their way directly to that door.
Correct.
So is it fair to say that officer did not breach this door? Breach meaning go through the door?
Go through the door, no.
Did you get a chance to see where that officer went?
No, sir.
But by this time, and this is fairly quickly, this time there's a number of officers there.
That is correct.
And now that you know, once Adrian Gonzales drives into the campus, you never make eyes on him, correct?
No, sir.
You never see what he's
Or
doing
he
or
went,
not
no,
doing.
no, sir.
You never saw him come around to the west side of the door,
No,
west
sir.
side of the school.
No, sir.
You never saw a female come to the west side of the school.
No, sir.
But what you do know for sure is that you told an officer exactly what door the shooter went in, and that officer did not follow him in.
Correct.
And it wasn't the same officer, Adrian Gonzales, that drove behind the school towards the danger.
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Limones. Pass the witness, Judge.
No other questions?
Subject to recall, either side?
We can release him.
He's fine to be released, Judge.
He can be released.
Okay, sir, you are released from the subpoena. The rule has been invoked, so I'd ask you not to talk to anybody about the case until you're aware the trial is over with.